Testing one two, testing one two. Welcome to House Culture Conversation. I'm tongue tied already, so excited for this show. But let me get this screen off so I can see everybody out there. We are connected on Twitch. So can I see you? Can you see me? What's happening? What's happening? What's good? Welcome to House Culture Conversations. I'm your host, DJ D Lot. And tonight we are going to have an amazing time. This gentleman brings the vibe. He is multifaceted, multi talented as a DJ, and he loves the culture and he loves the music. So without further ado, let's bring on Philippe the Haitian. What's happening, Philippe? What's going on?
What's going on, brother? What's up?
Hey, Dreammaker Diva, jumping the gun. She's already in the chat. Dreammaker Diva,
Oh
good to
man,
see you.
Dreammaker is enthusiastic always.
Hey, that's it. That
Good
is
to see
it.
you, Queen.
So as everybody starts getting in and the comments starts coming in from the fam, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm pretty good. I was a little bit under the weather actually earlier this week, man. And I was supposed to stream on Wednesday, and I felt like crap, man. But so I ended my stream. I rated out a little bit early, but I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling good.
Well, hey, it's good that you're on the mend. I hope not COVID or nothing
No,
too
it's
bad.
not COVID. I took that test. So
Unfortunately, it's still out there, and so
absolutely, no doubt,
we
no
have to
doubt.
take care of ourselves. But it's good to hear that you are well. So, as we get started, tell us a little bit about you. Where you from? Where you grew up?
Well, I'm living in Washington D.C. I grew up, born and raised in the area, Maryland, right outside of D.C., like literally the border of D.C. and Maryland. So grew up here pretty much my whole life. My parents are from Haiti. I have two older sisters. Were both born in Haiti. So I'm like first generation um, uh, American, basically. So I was U.S. born, but I grew up here. Went to school in Virginia, college for a little while, then came back here. So yeah, just been doing my thing ever since.
Well, the chat is on fire. Dan, Chris, that looks like DCI. I'm the chat is loading up, brother. So everybody is so excited. When did you get into music? When did music become a part of what you do?
Oh man, I mean, since I was born. I mean, my father was a huge music fan, jazz head. Of course, he's from Haiti, so always had the Haitian music, which is called compa, and that was always being played in my house. Um, he liked classical, but he was a big jazz guy, so I had that around me growing up the whole time. Um, I didn't appreciate it back then, right? It was until I got older that I started really being like, oh man, I was exposed to some heavy, heavy stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it definitely influenced my taste in music and all of that. So
Well, hey, we appreciate you guys joining us on House Culture Conversation. Ilah, we see you. Thanks for vibing with us. Once again, Dreammaker Diva, DCR, Little Miss Disco, what's happening? Thank you for hanging out with us as we spend some time getting to know the man behind the vibe, Philippe the Haitian. Now, when did you get behind the tables?
Really, I mean, my father had a turntable in the house. He was kind of like an audio file kind of dude, so he had some high end stuff back then. And he didn't like me playing them records, right? But when he wasn't around, I was throwing the wax on the table and I was doing my thing, playing around. But I didn't really start DJing heavy until like after high school, really. And then I got the real live music bug in me and started playing music. Because DC, I don't know if anybody knows a lot about DC or the DMV, as they call it, which is DC, Maryland, and Virginia. But we have like an authentic, homegrown, like organic style of music called go-go. And if y'all know anything about, like, I'm sure y'all remember the butt, EU, right? I mean, a lot of y'all don't act like y'all not old. You know
That's like the only
saying?
go-go song they know. They say go-go. They be like, yeah, doing the butt. Yeah, I know go-go.
Right, doing the butt, right? So that band EU was like a go-go band. They did a lot of stuff. They did stuff with Grace Jones, Slave to the Rhythm. I don't know if y'all remember that cut, but they kind of like really blew up. And then there's bands like Trouble Funk or whatever. But anyway, that was like our thing. So the DJ was like secondary for us. We went to live shows for live music. And so that kind of influenced me, like, to really start playing. We all played in bands in high school and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that kind of like diverted me away from the DJing. I started writing and producing, and I had a band for a while that did pretty well for a minute. We did our thing. And then, of course, like bands do, we broke up, internal stuff. You've heard all the stories, the behind the music and all of that stuff. Well,
unsung, yeah.
Unsung, exactly, right? So and when we took that break, which was around like maybe 2000 and like maybe 4, something like that. That's when I started getting really back into spinning again, and started playing and started DJing again. So
now, was DJ a way for you to make a living, or was it just something you were passionate about because you love music so much?
I just love music. Anybody that knows me knows that I play music like all the time. I mean, it's like in my blood, right? It doesn't matter. Like, I do it just when I wake up and when I go to sleep. It's just always have music going on.
Yeah. Now that DC area, you mentioned go-go, but when was house? When did house just grab you and become a centerpiece of how you vibe?
I would say like my senior year in high school, because I was going to like clubs, sneaking in clubs and stuff. You know what I mean? I had the fake ID. You know what I mean? I was going to, I was going to the college parties. You know what I mean? And house was already going strong in the college scene back there at the universities. So that's when I really got exposed to house. And then when I went to school, I went to Hampton for a while. And when I got to Hampton, that's when I met cats from like Detroit, from Chi, a lot of New York cats. You know what I mean? So I had cats like bringing me tapes, cassette tapes from like WBLS and BMX and all of those, and bringing them. Like they go home and they just give me tapes. So I was like, I became a house head basically after that.
Oh, once you get one of those BMX tapes, the Hot Mix 5, yeah,
Exactly.
you're hooked. DJ
Exactly.
DJ Mikey Mike, we see you.
Big up, big
Slim
up.
C in the house. The fam's here, man. They
I see y'all, man. Thank you
yes,
for
loving to
coming
get to
through.
know you. Now, you were talking about DC area. Tell people a little bit about the house scene in the DC area and in the context of that Eastern Seaboard, because we talk about New York or Jersey, or we talk about but DC is a hub for house.
Yeah, definitely, because we're not south, but we're not north either. We're kind of like in the middle, you know what I mean? It's a weird kind of dynamic. But so we always got the south and the north stuff, and so DC definitely has had a house scene since back in the day. Baltimore is right up the road; it's like 45 minutes away, and anybody knows house is huge in Baltimore. So that always trickled down the highway 95 to DC, and we had like a really like what I consider a legend named Sam the Man Burns, who a lot of, if you talk to any old house head, they all know, love, respect him. He passed away a few years ago, but he's like the OG of DC house, you know. And I remember sneaking out the house and going to see him play, like, you know, like I said, I had the fake ID. So, you know, yeah, I was always going to check that out. But DC has a good scene, you know. It's just DC is it's politics, right? It is the home of politics, and that trickles down into everything. So there's just clicks, you know what I mean? So it kind of, you got to kind of make your way through the scene. But all the big boys come through, you know, DC all the time. All the heavyweight like producers, DJs, they all play DC. So yeah.
That's awesome. Candy Lady, we see you. Thanks for vibing with us. We are having an amazing conversation and just really getting started, getting to know this man behind the vibe, Philippe the Haitian. I think Philippe the Haitian, the name speaks for itself. You come from parents that are Haitian. It's straightforward.
Exactly. You know, growing up is weird because like Haiti always, it still is getting a bad rap, right? But back in the day when I was like in, you know, grade school or whatever, to be Haitian, you were getting clowned on, you were getting picked on, you know, your parents had like heavy accents, they hear me speaking a different language. You know, I got like teased and, I had to like, you know, you didn't want to tell people you were Haitian back in the day. It was like, oh man. But as I got older, I started realizing, you know what, I'm gonna be proud of that heritage, and that's why I keep that in my name, just to let everybody know I'm representing, you know, for Haiti, and let them know that that's where like my roots and that's where I come from. So that's where
Yeah.
the name came from.
Yes, yes. Well, hey, I tell you, you know, your culture from a musical perspective has heavy influence in so many genres and even in house. Talk a little bit about the different genres of house because you play a vibe that crosses so many planes. I mean, I've heard you play some Latin, Afro kind of stuff. I've heard you playing deep. I've heard you play the traditional, old school, some of the new school. Talk about the influences of your music.
Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of different stuff. That's basically it. I like a lot of different, you know, flavors of music. And so I kind of want to like incorporate that into when I play and stuff. You know, I always want something different. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. So if you know you come to my sets, hopefully I'm gonna play some stuff that maybe you haven't heard before, or a edit of something maybe you haven't heard before. But yeah, it's just, and you know, I have a show on Sundays on Twitch, by the way. It's called Diaspora, and that's the name because it incorporates the whole diaspora. I try to incorporate all of that, especially the African Caribbean influences in the house music, and I try to play that, and when I play. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I love the versatility of which you play with. There was one night you played a set, and I think this is probably one of your musical inspirations. And it's almost like I want to do a build up, right? Because it was the craziest set. It was all Prince. It was like a night of Prince edits, and it was, man, it was slamming. I don't know how long you played that night, 2 hours, 3 hours, but it was all Prince. It was Prince night, Purple night, and I was like, that was incredible.
Oh man, thanks. Well, Prince is like the top of Mount Rushmore for me. He is like the top. I mean, that is my dude, right? I mean, I collected like bootleg, like vinyl. I still got a lot of it. Um, I was going to record stores, getting all the bootlegs. I've seen them a bunch of times. So I was like a real big Prince head, So that's where that came from. From the moment I was rocking with him back in like early days,
So, what's your favorite Prince album?
That's so hard, man. People have asked me that. I'd say probably 1999 is
Okay.
like my favorite one. But ask me tomorrow, it'll be something
But
else.
it's so much good music,
Right.
and every album has cuts on it. It's a tough call to make. Hey, Precious, what's happening? That's DJ Chill is in the house. What's good? How you feeling? It's good to see you. So, why is house music, in your opinion, still so vibrant 40 years later? It's all over the world. It has so many flavors, and to your point, it's textures and Afro, Latin. We got Amapiano, we got all this thing. Why is house just still so just powerful?
That's a very good question. I just think house is like it's the type of music where like you can be free. You know what I mean? It's like no one's really judging, when you go to a true house set. You know what I mean? Cats are coming to dance. They're trying to let loose. I've seen some crazy stuff at some house. I mean, outlandish outfits. I mean, crazy dancing or whatever. But I love it because it's like, you know what? They don't care. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever. And I think that's what transcends the globe. I think people like they feel that freedom that house music kind of gives them. But what's interesting, not everybody gets it, right? Not like I have a lot of friends that they don't really, they're not into house like I am. You know what I mean? They like it, but they're not into it like we are, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even try to explain it, right? It's like whatever. But you know what's funny? They'll come to a set, and next thing I know, I look up, they shaking their ass, they're boogie, they're getting down, they like, but because they have decided that they don't like it, they're gonna continue to hold on to that, even afterwards,
Yeah.
So but I've given up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to sit there and try to convince you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. People get it or they don't. So,
I feel you. I feel you. Well, we said hello to DJ Chill, DJ J Rockwell down the street from Baltimore. He's on. We were just talking about Baltimore and the
yeah.
house scene. Good to see you, brother. And Babu from New Zealand in the house. Babu, good to see you. Thanks for vibing with us on House Culture Conversation. Amazing conversation. So, who are some of your inspiration? Who are people that you are inspired by as you continue to pursue this thing called house?
Well, I mean, house. I mean, I like I said, Sam the Man was the guy that I would like listen to a lot. So he was like a huge influence for me. But also the like Basement Boys from Baltimore, like Teddy Douglas. Um, I listened to them a lot because they would always play in DC a lot, you know. But again, like Louis Vega Masters at Work, you know, big influences on me. Um, I just love their diversity, you know, their whole, you know, when they came out with the whole New Eurekan Soul project, that just blew my mind. I was just like, this is just like incredible, you know what I mean? But of course, like Frankie Knuckles and, you know, I like the deep stuff like Mr. Fingers and Larry Heard. I like I like a lot of the Chicago stuff actually, and the Midwest, Chicago, Detroit, that whole vibe. But definitely Shy, definitely. I
Yeah.
like New York too. Man, I like it all, man. I
Yeah.
like everything. I like everything.
Yeah, it is. Man, there's so much good music in this culture. And I love what you said about the freedom. The house is about freedom of expression. Do your dance, sing along, be free. And I think that's what makes it such a special place. Daryl Mello, man, what's happening? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for vibing with us. We're hanging out with Philippe the Haitian, talking about the music and the culture that we love. So you also stream on Twitch. And
Yeah.
actually, you do a lot of streaming on Twitch. You run with a lot of partners out there. Talk about Twitch and talk about the what's become really an amazing trend as it relates to house.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch is just it's like a phenomenon, you know. It's like I knew nothing about Twitch at all. It wasn't until like the pandemic, of course, and then well into it, you know, that you know, nobody was gigging, you know, and everybody was looking for outlets to play. And I started doing stuff on Instagram, and it was getting taken down. And I was like, hold up, but why D Nice? D Nice just gets to play anything he wants and it never gets taken down. I'm like, what the? But I play something and it's like gone, you know? So that just pissed me off. And then somebody told me about Twitch, and I was just like, man, I don't even know anything about it. But I decided to give it a shot. Looked into it. And started following some people. You know, I found out Oshulande, who was also a really big influence on me. I saw he was on Twitch. I was like, what? And so I could watch Oshulande like spin for free, just sitting here. And that was like, you know, that became one of my first communities on Twitch. And one of my boys, y'all probably know on Beats United Radio, Johnny Lopez.
Mhm.
He was like a really like encouraging guy for me because I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I had like 2 followers. You know, I think it was like me. I think Illa was like my only other follower. Shout out to Illa. Uh, but yeah, and Johnny. You know, and you know, I just decided to give it a shot and started spinning. And you know, my sets looked like crap. You know, it was like my camera was like not like it is now. I didn't have background scenes. It wasn't fancy or anything. The sound. I was messing with the sound, trying to get it together. But eventually, things started like growing and building, and I just love Twitch and the community. I've met so many like incredible people that I would never have met if it wasn't for Twitch. Cats from all over the world. I mean, Japan, you know, the UK, you know, South Africa, Brazil, you know, South America, like everywhere, like you guys. I mean, I wouldn't have met you maybe,
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
you know. So it's just just became a really great community. Um, and you know, I was invited to play on some raid trains that really helped me out, like Saturday Night Experience for one. They were really like supportive of me, encouraged me, really helped me build my following and get some followers, and gave me an opportunity to play and showcase what I could do. So shout out to Saturday Night Experience, um, and Revolutions London, Keta Girl, Beats United, Little Miss Disco, whatever, all of them. For their support. And then I play a lot on Friday night. What is it? Feels Like Friday.
Yes. Yes.
Also, which is kind of part of that same crew. So I've been able to like play with them a lot. But yeah, man, some people have just invited me to play, and I appreciate it a lot, man.
Yeah. So you're regular on Syndicate Wednesdays.
Yes, that is my like regular mainstay midweek set on Syndicate Wednesdays with my brother 419 Sandman, Pangian, and Design Works. We are like the resident DJs, and then we always have guests on. We've had Mikey Mike on, who killed it. We've had you on.
Yes. Yes. It's
You
fun
know,
time. Great
yeah,
stream. Great
yeah,
stream.
yeah. So that's been a pleasure. I mean, Wednesdays is like, to me, it's like the busiest night on Twitch. So, you know, I appreciate
Outside of
everybody.
Saturday, I think Wednesday, absolutely.
Wednesday and Saturday for sure. So I appreciate everybody that stops through, you know, and hangs out on Wednesdays, because I know there's a lot of other places y'all could be, you know. So big love, big love.
Absolutely. Hey, and I want to say shout out to That's My Jam who slid in through the back door, dropping a gift sub out. So thank you very much. Big love to you. Good to see you in the house. And man, you really described that Twitch evolution so well. You know, we were in a place, we were shut in, trying to figure it out. Facebook shutting us down, Instagram shutting us down. But some people get to play whatever they want as long as they want, never get muted, never get kicked out. And
Yeah.
you ask yourself, why is that? But I guess the little man has always got to work for his scraps, right?
Right,
So
right.
Twitch came in and totally opened this thing up for us, and it's been amazing to drive community relationships. People have been able to fellowship and meet, and a lot of that now, there's Twitch meetups because now we've opened back up and we're getting back out there, and the parties and the vibe is back live, and people
Yeah,
are getting to meet each other that haven't met each other, in person, but they've been on Twitch for the
absolutely.
last 2 years. It is absolutely amazing. Where do you see
Yeah.
this thing going?
Um, well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I do a monthly set in DC. It's me, myself, and DJ Paul Howard. And it started on Twitch. It was called Elements of House. It was a raid that we put together on Twitch. Paul put it together. And we decided after the pandemic and everything opened up to take that and bring it to real life. So we're going on 2 years in April, will be our 2 year anniversary of that party, the Elements of House. If y'all ever come to DC, we have it once a month, and we always have a guest DJ play with us. Last anniversary, we had Antonio Ocasio play with us, which was awesome. We've had like Nina Soul, Stingray, a bunch of cats, man, have come through and blessed us. I just feel like house is gonna continue on, man. I mean, you see these festivals are like bigger than ever. I mean, I saw pictures of House in the Park that was just like the biggest they ever had. I saw pictures of Movement which was crazy. I can never say Chayavari. Is that what it's called? I saw that look crazy. I seen what's going on right now in Mexico, which I'm so jealous of, that Mikasa holiday party going on. That just looks like crazy fun. So I just think that house is going to keep growing and building, and it ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
House music all life long, not
That's
just
it.
all night long.
That's it.
But
That's
I
it.
feel you. I feel.
Yeah.
Hey, so hey, tell people when you're on and when they can check you, where they can check you out.
Yeah, well, like we said, Wednesday nights I play at 9 o'clock, Syndicate Wednesdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow I'll be on Lost in the Rhythm. That's presented by my brother, Revolutions London. I'm gonna play some really deep vibes. That's at 12 noon tomorrow. But Sundays I usually do a set called Diaspora, when I'm not gigging the night before and I'm like tired or hungover or whatever. I try to wake up at 10 a.m. and play for a couple of hours. So that's on Sundays. And then you'll catch me on some raid trains from, here and there. Just like, yeah.
Well, hey, folks, this has been an amazing conversation and opportunity to learn more about the man behind the vibe, Philippe The Haitian. Check him out tomorrow on Diaspora, and check him out on Wednesdays, on Syndicate Wednesdays, Feels Like Fridays. Can't miss him. Make sure you follow him. If you're not following him, everybody in the chat, follow everybody. But as we always like to do on House Culture Conversations, we got to drop you off at a party. And I heard
Absolutely.
DJ DCR is out there doing his thing. So we're going
DCR is my brother. That's my brother. DCR's wife is Haitian, so he is definitely officially part of the family. That's my bro. So it's with pleasure that we raid out to DCR. Big love to everybody in the chat. I see everybody out there, man. DJ Rockwell, come through, man. Drive down DC, come through, bless us. Slim C, Illa, that's my jam. Dream Maker Diva, everybody. Much love, appreciate y'all. And D-Lot, big love, brother, man. You are doing a service to the Twitch community for doing these type of things, man. And your energy is just positive, and you're supportive of everybody in the community. And I just want to big you up, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate you for that. Big love. I love getting to learn more about the people that I've met on Twitch. So here we go, DCI. We'll see you later, Twitch folks. Everybody else, we'll see you next time. So I think the Twitch people, hold on one second.